Want to know a nice easy way to breathe life back into these padded flock sponsors? Then watch this video. Hello there. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through how you can breathe new life into these lint covered, dust covered, padded flock sponsors that were really quite common during the 90s. I mean, I think this is a 93, 94 Leeds shirt. The sponsor itself called padded flock. So when we say padded flock, flock is like a velvety material, and the padded is because there's a very thin layer of foam backing behind it, and that gives it a nice padded feel. Now, they're really hard to recreate to make them feel like the same as what the originals were. So what I do when I'm restoring one of these and taking it off and putting a new one back on is I will use dual layer flock, which is a layer of flock and then a kind of inset, smaller layer of flock over the top of it to give the padded effect. But actually, this one is in fantastic condition. It's still nice and fluffy. It's still padded. It's clean. The only issue with it, if I take it nice and clean, you can see that there's a lot of white residue over it. And I reckon that is just dust. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can take this back to looking pretty much as good as new. Not quite there, but pretty much as good as new using relatively straightforward tools. And I've got two tools that I'll be using, and I'll show you how to do it all. So I'm going to go over to the desk and have the camera point down at that so you can see what I'm doing. So here we have reconvened over on the work area, and you can see that it's got this horrible fluffy material over the top of it. So first tool of the trade is this. It's a Suede brush, and I'll put a link to it in the comments or in the description. And it's got this, which is quite a coarse brush, which we'll use first. And then it's got both this and this, which are like rub home, and that's good to try and kind of get the dust to group together, if you like. So the brush will be to loosen the dust. So let's do that first. We're going to start on this eye. Got to be a little bit careful not to push too hard, because otherwise it can damage the block. So you just need to push it enough for it to loosen the dust. And actually, I don't know if you can see, but it is starting to loosen. You can do it in different directions. I for the letter I, because it's a long thin one, you do it up and down. So you go up, try and get the dot in as well, and then back down. Now, I don't know if you can see, but already that's looking a bit better. So now you can see there's dust all around the edges as well, not just on the top layer, but around the edges. So we need to try and get as much of that off as well. That's looking good already. Right. Next, I'm going to go on to this kind of comb fitting on it, just to try and get the dust to kind of group together a little bit. Right, and now final bit will be using the next tool of the trade, which is a nice lint roller. These are really cheap. You can get these in the pound shop and what have you. And you just need to get a nice fresh bit. So let me just turn that around. It's easier to use this edge. And you can go over where you brushed to get it to pick up the dust. So if you see there, you can see that there's blue starting to accumulate on here, which is good. It shows that it's doing its job. The fact it's blue shows it's also taking a little bit off the top of the flock, but that's fine. That's why you don't really want to brush too forcefully, because you don't want to take too much off. Now, I don't know whether you can see, but that now looks a fair bit darker than that. So what I'll do is let's do another letter just to kind of show you. So we'll do the R, so you can see that's there, there. So God, being left-handed is no good. So we're going to use the brush, pulling it down. There we go. That is looking good. So we're going to use the rubber cone bit. And it will wear, the rubber cone, you'll see, it's very soft rubber, so it will come off quite easily, which is good because it means it's not damaging the name set. But don't worry that you'll see lots of bits coming off. That's more likely the rubber than it is the sponsor. Okay. And now we get our lint roller. And you can see now that the R is looking good as well. So if you look at the I and the R and compare it to the M, there's a big difference. So it's not really a spectator sport, this. I am going to go through, finish the rest of the sponsor, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So here you have it with just a lint roller and a velvet flock brush. We have restored this back to, I would say it's brand new, but it looks so much better than it did. And like I say, relatively straightforward, easy thing to do. And yeah, I'm really quite pleased with that. So if you want to see more of our more content like this, remember to click like and subscribe to our channel. There's so many different techniques that we're showing. There's a new video every week. So get involved. And thank you for watching.